I'd like to give a shout out to the newest member of the Comment Club. If you want to join the Comment Club, make sure you leave a comment below. What is going on, guys? This is TheCrayonsMelt here, back with more NFL talk. So today, big news out of Philadelphia. Shout out to my Philly guys. So you can see I'm an Eagles fan. I'm going to try to be as least biased as possible. But yeah, so let's get into this one. Philadelphia Eagles have agreed to terms with LeGarrette Blount. I don't know if it's officially signed or if he's on his way there to sign. But he signed a one-year deal worth $2.8 million with like $1.5 million in incentives that could happen. So over LeGarrette Blount's career, he has played in 100 games, starting 43 of them. His current yards per average for his entire career is 4.4. And the reason why I tell you that is because last year with New England Patriots, he had 299 carries for 1,161 yards, which if you average it out, it's 3.9 yards per carry. So you can definitely see LeGarrette Blount, he had a spike up. 2013, he had 5 yards per carry. Definitely went down. He also did increase his carrying load, almost 300 touches. He's never done that in his NFL career. So definitely a lot of touches. The big stat that's going to stand out is the 18 touchdowns on carrying the ball. So that's actually really good. That's one. I think he led the league, but I think it was a lot of the Patriots system. So I don't know if we're going to see that LeGarrette Blount or we're going to see the year before where he had 6 rushing touchdowns and averaged 4.3 yards a carry. So last year he averaged 72.6 yards per game, and I think that's big. It's going to be very similar with the Philadelphia Eagles because the Eagles now they have LeGarrette Blount, they have Darren Sproles, they have Wendell Smallwood, they have Pumphrey, they have, who knows if Ryan Matthews, I think this means he's not making the team, which everyone already thought anyways. But then you got guys who were signed with undrafted free agents. So I really don't know how the team is going to look when the season does end up starting, but there's going to be a lot of running backs who can carry the ball. So I think we're at least going to see 4 running backs on the team. So it's going to be a split the carry sort of thing. So, 72 yards per game is probably going to be a decent average if he's splitting carries. Now, LeGarrette Blount also adds a little bit of game into the passing game. He had 8 targets, 7 receptions, 38 receiving yards, 0 touchdowns, but he averaged 5.4 yards per catch. So that's not too bad. He's not going to be the biggest influence on the passing game, but he definitely is going to be able to pass block a lot better than any of the guys we have. So last thing, we'll wrap up before we finish talking about LeGarrette Blount and move into a little Q&A. LeGarrette Blount, I think, is a good addition to the Philadelphia Eagles. I think a lot of Eagles fans so far have been blowing it out of proportion just a little bit. Don't get me wrong, I'm glad we added him. I think running back, a lot of people were a lot more worried about it than I was, but I think he's going to be able to help the team, especially in the red zone. That's where I think the biggest improvement is for LeGarrette, like the team bringing in LeGarrette Blount. The red zone is going to be a lot better. We're going to be able to punch in a lot more 1, 2, 3 yard rushes. So that's going to be nice. But I don't think he's going to be that big of a change in all the other facets of the game. I don't think he's a short yardage, run it right up the gut kind of running back. So I don't know how many situations will be put in. I know there was a lot of like 4th and 1, 4th and 2 that we went for last year, and that's going to help a lot. Even if we don't give him the ball, just having him on the field is going to make the defense have to account for him. So let me know what you guys think of LeGarrette Blount signing down in the comment section down below. Let's move into some Q&A questions. So first we got Joey Gargani. I'm very happy about the Eagles' moves, but do you think the Eagles will be on top in the NFC East this year? And so my honest opinion, I don't think they will be. I think they're going to be a lot better than they were last year. I think it's sort of like a 3-way toss-up between the Giants, Dallas, and the Eagles. I think any of those 3 teams could be the best team in the division. I think we got one of the better divisions in the league. I guess that's kind of debatable, but I do think it could go either way. I think the Giants improved a lot on offense, which they didn't really need to do. I think they needed to improve a little bit more in the run game, but they drafted a tight end. They've signed Brandon Marshall. the Dallas didn't really improve their cornerback situation. They got Nolan Carroll from us, who I'm excited for the Eagles to have to play. So the Eagles, I think, are the most improved, but will that put them ahead of the other teams? I'm not sure, but I think it really is a toss-up. So these are going to be a little bit older of Q&A questions because I did my last video like 2 weeks ago. This one's from Brandon Anderson. But what do you think about Reuben Foster falling all the way to 31 and getting popped for weed when he was projected to be one of the top 3 defenders? Blah, blah, blah. Bama always puts out grade A linebackers. So I think it's crazy that he fell that much. But it more was about his shoulder injury, I think, than a drug test. And from what I remember, it wasn't that he got popped for weed. It was more of a diluted sample, I believe, which just means there's too much water in his system. So technically, like, it was a fail in the book, but he didn't fail a drug test. I was kind of hoping that the Eagles would draft him, but they didn't go with him at 14, which I guess makes sense, especially since he fell all the way to 31, and I think he was going to get drafted number 32 overall. So it's crazy that he fell that much, and I think he's going to be a great player. What do you think about the Steelers getting TJ Watt? That was from Damian Wood. So I think TJ Watt is going to be always compared to his brother, JJ Watt, but I think he could help out the Steelers. They did lose. I don't know if he's going to play defensive end or outside linebacker for them, but they did lose a linebacker, a middle linebacker, and then, you know, James Harrison's getting a little bit older, so I do think TJ Watt is going to go in there and be that teachable guy and maybe put him in a few years. So this one is from Savage Squad, and this is really more of a question. This was just a comment, but I felt like I should throw it in. He said, I wish Philly would have signed Jamal Charles, and now I'm glad they didn't. I do like Jamal Charles' play style, but that we don't need that. We have Darren Sproles. I think Smallwood can do that a little bit. We needed this power tank back for the Philadelphia Eagles. So I like the LeGarrette Blount signing. I would have loved to get Mark Ingram. That was a rumor that was going around for a while. But LeGarrette Blount should help out the team. Now, that is it for the questions I have. If you have any other questions you would want to be answered, drop them down in the comment section down below. I'm probably going to focus more on NFL and football questions, but if you guys have other questions you want to have answered, definitely throw them down in the comment section and I'll answer those. Also, let me know if you guys want me to do more of these videos. I can definitely, you know, these are a lot easier for me to record, edit, and upload, so I can probably do them every other day, maybe even every day eventually. If you guys want me to talk about NFL rumors and all that, we can do that in these, or if we can just stick to when big things happen, like the LeGarrette Blount signing or Jamal Charles signing, I can do more just when big things happen. So let me know what you guys think, what you guys want to see, and hopefully you guys did enjoy. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.
We throw them high, we snag them quick, we asking how them haters felt. Like and subscribe to the page, it's TheCrayonsMelt. Pause the game and check the squad, you need to brace yourself. Boy, you getting clowned on, we ain't talking Dave Chappelle and pics, we got them. Hit sticks, we got them.